Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our initial debut of Kelci's Corner. My name is Kelci O'Donnell, and I will be your host here live in our digital studio. This segment will be a fun, non-traditional update on the latest sports news here locally and nationally. This hour will be a bit different than our 2 p.m. news update, and if you like sports, well, you're in the right place. We begin today with ECU Hoops. The guys had a rough outcome at home last night, welcoming the University of Tulsa to town. ECU came into the game riding their best AAC start since joining the conference back in 2014 in front of a rather large crowd for the Pirates. 5,323 fans to be exact, and they were certainly pumped up. Tulsa pushed out to a quick lead early in the game, but the Pirates, they stayed in it heading into the half with the score tied at 30. But the second half, that was another story. The Golden Hurricanes outscored the Pirates 35-19, but the Pirates would let this one slip through their fingers. The guys would finish with a stinging 29% shooting percentage and drop to a final score of 66-49, setting their record just below 500 at 8-9. Here's a very frustrated Jaden Gardner after the game.
It was very frustrating. Couldn't throw a rock in the ocean tonight. Didn't think anything was going in. We had key moments and stretches during the run where we had wide open threes and couldn't convert, and transition offense was off tonight. It's just a really off night on both sides of the ball.
Up the road, our ACC neighbors, the NC State Wolfpack hosted Miami last night in Raleigh. State finally regaining health, played well last night. DJ Funderburk went to work and paced the way with 19 points. He would go on to help his team to an 80-62 win over Miami. And as for the Hurricanes, well, you could say they downgraded to a tropical storm and proved not to be enough to outlast the big bad Wolves of Raleigh. And to note, some great high school basketball teams will be facing off here in North Carolina this weekend. On Friday, Edenton will play Washington County, and Saturday opens up the MLK Classic to be held at Kinston High School. Teams from across the state will travel into Lenoir County, but our eyes will be locked in on the last game of the evening, Farmville Central versus Kinston. All right, let's turn now to the national stage where the NFL is having a lot of commotion going on after the announcement that Luke Kuechly is retiring. Here's what he said earlier this week.
I've been with the Panthers now for 8 years, and it's never the right time to step away, but now is the right time for me. And it's a tough decision. I've thought about it a lot, and I think now is the right chance for me to move on. And it makes me sad because I love playing this game. I've played it since I was a little kid, and it's my favorite thing in the world to do. And the memories I have from this place and this organization and playing on the field with these guys, they'll never go away.
All right, joined with me now is Sports Director Brian Bailey here in our digital studio. Brian, this is some heartbreaking news, and it comes at a very shocking time. What have you kind of seen throughout your time in sports with early NFL retirements? I know we saw Andrew Luck and Gronk go out. What does this really mean in the sports world?
Well, I think what it comes down to, there's so much research now about CTE and some of the things that have come out through some of the suicides from former professional football players, and even here in Greenville with Dave Meir and what came out with that deal. I mean, there's so much information out there. I think some of these guys are saying, hey, I want to have a great life after I play football, and they make so much money early on, and they can make enough money to live off the rest of their lives. And I think they just want a great quality of life after the NFL. And I think you're seeing some of that. I think you saw it with Andrew Luck. I think you're seeing it with Luke Kuechly. I mean, Luke Kuechly's a great linebacker, but there's some video of one of his concussions when he was hit against the Saints. And it didn't look like there was that bad of a hit, but when you look at his eyes afterwards with his helmet off, and it looked like he was just bawling. And It was really a scary scene. And I think that, if you're in the Kuechly family and you see something like that, it's just one of those things that you have to think about, and that they want to have a great quality of life after football, and I think that's what you're seeing.
Right, and you talk about these concussions. He's had multiple over his career. I know he had a torn labrum in his shoulder back in, I believe it was 2015, but these injuries are ongoing, and like you said earlier, you do want to be able to remember your career and have a life after pro football, and I feel like it's happening more often that you are seeing the earlier retirements. So we're hoping for the better health of Luke Kuechly, and also for the rest of anyone else in NFL who I don't know if this will start anything with earlier retirements or not.
Well, I think it's a good time to do it too, because I think he wanted to get it out there before the draft, and
Right.
and the Panthers are starting over with Matt Rule, so it's kind of a clean slate. We don't know what's going to happen with Cam Newton with the Carolina Panthers, if he's going to be on the trading block, or if he's going to be cut, or if he's they're going to take a chance with him and his injury status. But it's kind of a clean slate for the Panthers now.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Brian. That will do it for our first ever edition of Kelci's Corner. We will be coming back every week, every Thursday, to provide you local and national sports updates. So thanks for watching.